Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vulcan's Forge. Today we're going to be covering magical pin items. This is going to be kind of rehashing a little bit of old content that used to be in the game with some changes and at least one new item that I came up with. I remember that all numbers in this don't really matter as much as the concept. It's really just a look at the item itself and just kind of how it might blend and mesh into the current game and how it might change the meta. First and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about Dementor's Doll. That item might sound familiar if you were here back in the day. Well, I went ahead and changed it and made it a little bit different and made it into Dementor's Fetish. Dementor's Fetish is going into the same tree as Book of Thoth and Soul Reaver. This is an item that is designed to kind of do what Keen Size used to do. It's like a magical Keen Size. So the way that this item looks is I'm looking at currently 85 magical power, 200 mana, and 15 magical pin. Really, the item kind of feels a little bit more of a niche in my opinion. Passive is it deals damage equal to 3% of the target's missing health. There's a lot of ways you could spin this. It could be maximum health, it could be missing health. I went ahead with missing health. And it has a 2-second cooldown. That in itself I think is fairly well balanced. It probably could use a slight bit of tweaking, but I think that the item where it's at is pretty good. The cost though may not be right and would definitely have to be balanced properly. Go ahead and discuss that item down below if you would like. We're gonna move on to Focused Void Stone. This item used to be in the game as well. And was removed because it was too easy to get a lot of pin, and they went with just the Void Stone, which helped your allies. The problem with this item actually is that it kind of fits in the same area. It doesn't have, the problem is Ward Stone has such a weird, since it has the passive on it, putting Void Stone and Focus Void Stone off of it look a little weird. But the other option is that I make it go off of Enchanted Spear, and that doesn't really work either. So I just said forget it, we'll ignore what the game, that item, Wardstone, and we'll just go with what we see. Focused Voidstone is just an exact copy of Voidstone, except it has 25 pin instead of being able to have an aura that reduces the protections of your enemies. So it's a very high magical penetration item, and with the boots no longer having pin on them, I feel like bringing this item back into the game might not be as bad as it used to be. Again, down below, talk about it. Alright, so next we have my original creation, which is Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box is in the same tree as Tahuti and Chronos Pendant and Doomorb, and it's just a branch off of the first two there. So it has 75 magical power, 25 magical pin, which is a lot, and 15 MP5 to keep it along with the tree's progression. Passive, however, is a little bit weird. So whenever an enemy god is damaged by one of your abilities, they obtain a random debuff. You're looking at a stun, a slow, a cripple, some sort of mildly hard CC. Not like super hard, not like a knockup or anything, but mildly hard on a short duration, right? So like a second stun or a second whatever. And so that's part of it. Then there's whenever you use a healing ability, you get a random buff. So this would be anything from extra protections or extra a heal over time or something like that, just something extra. So if you pick this up on a support with a heal, they will heal their allies and give them a random buff. This ability has, both parts of this have a passive that share a 35-second cooldown. However, the buff, or the debuff, excuse me, will override the buffing part of it. So if you're using a Chang'e, if she does her heal, the debuff will actually be put on and not the heal itself. Balance-wise, cost-wise, I think it's all okay. The only part I'm not really sure on is if the passive needs to have a shared cooldown, or if the cooldown's too high, or if the cooldown's too low. Like, that kind of thing would need a lot of in-game testing. But I think it's kind of interesting, and it fits the lore of the item, more specifically, because the random buff, you could consider it being hope, which is the only thing that was said to have been left in Pandora's Box, and then all the evil that came out of the world, or that's in the world, came from Pandora's Box. So I think it's kind of a cool little... Anyway, that's it for this. Next episode, I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. We will be taking a look and seeing. I will take whatever comments into consideration, and last week's comments as well. Some pretty interesting ones, which I might really take a look at. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching, encourage you to hit the like button, give me some feedback, tell me what you think about the show. I apologize about the artwork and all that. I just kind of hash stuff as best as I can, guys, look. But I really do thank you. I hope you support this. It's up on Reddit. Go, if you like it, go throw a like on it. If you don't like it, don't throw a down vote on it. Anyway, thanks guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.